All right, it's Monday, so we gotta prep some Stolen Fates. Stolen Fate. You know, there's lots of fates being stolen, but the official name is Stolen Fate. So I'm having some Foundry woes, I guess you could say. Some sad times at Foundry High, as it were. So one of the weird things that's happening, this always happens when there's a big update and you're just not ready for the big update. You know what I'm saying? When there's a big update and you're just not ready for that big update, and the game's like, well, you need to be ready because everything's dying, bro. So I don't even know what mod would be causing this to happen, but I tried turning off Duraco to fix it, and that did not fix it. But basically, if you can see here, I do not have the ability to navigate my files. So like, it kind of is making it hard to prep. And then last night in Kingmaker, they were like, yeah, let's go to that gold mine. Let's go. And I'm like, yeah, bitch, I already know what map I'm going to use. And I go over to Moulinet, and the first thing that Moulinet says to me is, it's like, you're not friends. And I'm like, okay. So I do the handshake for Patreon. It's okay, you're friends. And then I'm like, hell yeah. Give me those maps. I'm going to just quickly, this is what I pay for. I'm going to just grab a map out of, oh, this isn't good. Something wrong with Moulinet? Let me see. Okay. It just, the window opened too small. That's fine. All right, so I'm going to just type in, nothing's working. Yeah, so fortunately, they were like, well, let's talk and plan a lot until the end of the session, and then we'll go to the mine. And I was like, I want to be like, Remy, thank you so much. Because, like, I had a map, like, picked out, and I had a monster picked out, and I was like, I'll just drop the monster on the map after I import it. Because, you know, Kingmaker's huge. It's the size of the state of Maine. It's really big. We can't just keep all the maps, like, handy. So, like, I have maps in mind that I'm going to go and grab. Oh, well. So, I think Wednesday morning, question mark? I think Wednesday morning, I'm going to have to, because I'm working my day job late hours that day. So I think Monday morning I'm gonna wake up and I'm just gonna back up all my stuff, and I'm gonna roll the dice, and we're gonna switch over to version 13, cause everybody's dead, everybody's dying again. So that kind of sucks. I don't want to do it, obviously, an hour before my game starts, or, you know, I started looking into it about, you know, an hour ago. So 2 hours does not seem like enough time to risk breaking everything from my game. So as long as I'm able to run the game tonight, but that's definitely that feeling that you get when you're at the end of a Foundry life cycle. You know, I've got this orange exclamation mark up here, you know, Pathfinder wants to get updated to 7. All the mods for Pathfinder want to get upgraded to 7. Foundry wants to go up to 13. It's just, you know, you go as long as you can. You try to give everybody a chance to catch up, but then it's always changing. It's always changing. All the time. Always changing. That is just life with Foundry. I mean, if after 6 years, God, has it been 6? Cannot have been 6 years. That would make me cry. 5 years? I don't know. After all these years with Foundry, I either need to accept that this is just the way it is, or I need to leave. You know, like, if you're with your partner, here's some romance advice. Here's some life advice. if you're with your partner and, you know, you realize after like 5 years that they're never going to change, you need to ask yourself, like, can I spend any more of my life with this person? That's what me and Foundry are at right now. Like, I'm like, I left roll 20 for you. You know what I mean? Like, you told me we were going to build a life together, but like, you keep changing all the time. You're just reinventing yourself. You're constantly going off to school. You got 7 degrees now, baby. Like, when will you be happy? You know, you're getting plastic surgery all the time. Botox every week. You know, like, gender reassignment both directions. You also turned yourself into a furry. I still love you, you know, like, we're still together, but it's hard, you know, like, I don't know who you are sometimes. I know you're beautiful, you know what I'm saying? But like, it's hard to keep up. Anyways, that's how it feels to use Foundry. At least for me. At least for me. That's okay. Because it do a lot of things really good, and one of the things that it does better than anybody else is Pathfinder, and by God, that's what we're running. So let's just suck it up. All right. So tonight we're going to continue play in the library vaults. I'm hoping that everyone's able to use their characters tonight. I have this weird situation where all of my B team members got grouped up together, which I think is adorable, but I'm actually unsure how to ungroup them all. I'm just gonna delete them all and then bring them back out. I think that's the best move. Hopefully they're not still bound to each other after being deleted, but we will see. All right, Philomena. And Philomena, you're finally a normal size for a kid, which is good. You're a big ass kid, just saying. Jack, who's not really B team, he's just hanging out, but he's kind of B team. I don't know why they keep bringing him places. They're not allowed to have more than 5 B team members, but these guys just do whatever the fuck they want. You know what I'm saying? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so that's these jabrones. And then they got Shoma Lyzerius pulled into this nonsense. I think that tonight is just going to be fight. I mean, it happens sometimes, you know, in tabletop. And I think tonight is just going to be a big fight. So I'm not overly concerned, really, with anything that happens tonight. We got these dudes. They're relatively weak. I kind of wish they were even weaker. But if they were any weaker, I don't think they would pose much of a threat to the party. They're already 3 levels below the party, so there's not much that they're gonna do. I don't think that will be an issue. All of their saving throws are just crushable, really. And I guess that's okay, right? Like, to have these like exceedingly weak creatures, because then we can have like a lot of them. Let's see. Cloaked cadavers. Yeah. And like, I gave them the weak template, and then I also downplayed the their hit points quite a bit, but I feel like we could probably downplay the hit points even more, just because like 130 is still like a lot of hit points when there are a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? There's 8 of them, 9 of them, so that's like over 1,000 hit points. Yeah, so I feel like we could probably drop them HP down to like 80. Yeah, so we'll do 60. There we go. Nope. How do I convince you that your hit points should be what I want them to be? 100? There we go. Alright. So they should be pretty easy to wreck, these guys. Get some crits on them, drop some big dick damage. They do have a paralysis. It's unlikely the paralysis is going to land. DC 24 fortitude save. I think every single one of the PCs will be able to crush that, no problem. Does it show all their saves? Yeah. Look at that. 19, 21, 24. It's going to be actually impossible for some of them to fail against the. So maybe we shouldn't have them be weak then. There we go. That brings it up to 26. That at least gives a very low chance that Jericho will fail. And a decent enough chance for the other ones to fail. I'll still lower their HP though, down to 80, like we had just done. Alright, cool. They're weak to Fire, Holy, Vitality. Alright, everything about these guys is good. We'll lower their speed to 25. Powerless in sunlight. I mean, they're inside a building. That should be fine. Life sense. Alright. Yeah. So it really just comes down to their soul's anguish. A living creature dies within 20 feet. I feel like that's unlikely to happen. Cloaked embrace. They have to paralyze you to get that one off, so unlikely, but with so many of them, could be a chance. Could be a chance it happens. Alright, let's see. What else we got? Oh, then we have the boss, which is this living library. And the living library, we gave it some extra abilities here, which I think are pretty cool. We gave it a decent amount of HP. Considering it's assisted by other stuff. It's not going to be elite or anything like that. I might give it Paragon reactions just because there are, I don't know. I think Paragon reactions is maybe a good way to handle it, but it does have all these ads, so hard to say. Let's see. Let's run through since this is going to be the major focus point of tonight's game. It is a construct. So it's got bleed, death. I'm going to give it the void trait, like a lot of the bad stuff in this game. There we go. And it's immune to bleed, death effects, disease, doomed, drained, fatigued, healing, non-lethal attacks, paralyzed, poison, sickened, spirit, unconscious, vitality, and void. It is weak to fire. It doesn't have any physical resistances. I kind of want to give it resistance to bludgeoning because, you know, paper beats rock. But then I feel like it would have to be weak to slashing, which is totally fine. So we'll do bludgeoning. There we go. 10. Alright, and then under weakness, we'll do slashing. 10. Alright. And then, let's see. Alright, has telepathy, has tongues, could do all that stuff. Ranged attack, it throws a book at you. So that's a thing that happens. So it throws a book at you, book hits pretty hard, then the book causes ink spill. Whenever it makes a successful book strike against a creature or unattended object, the living library spills some magical ink over a text within its reach, such as a book or scroll, in an attempt to ruin it. Alright, so we're going to change this to ink spill rewritten fate. Alright, so how we're going to do this is whenever a living library makes a successful book strike against a creature, or the living library spills some magical ink, blah blah blah. Attempt to spill some magical ink over a text within its reach. Okay, the living library attempts to rewrite some property or part of the target's character sheet or statistics. Alright, statistics. statistics. There we go. All right. In an attempt to ruin it. All right, we'll keep that language. Okay. The text must either be the target of the strike or an object held by the creature. If the text is worn or held, you can try to protect the text. Okay. So we're going to switch this to will. Okay. So if the target is a creature, that creature can attempt a will save to prevent this effect, period. On a failure, the text is covered, okay, on a failure, the creature is covered in inky ooze and some and a random aspect of its core statistics is changed. All right. Statistics is changed. On a critical fail, or against an unattempted object, in addition to the failure effects, a random spell formula or page within the text is erased. Ooh. Okay. A random spell formula or page. Ooh. Okay. We'll just do on a critical fail or against unattempted a second property is changed. There we go. Let's see. Any changes caused by this ability can be reversed with the retraining downtime activity. There we go. Activity. All right. Objects can be repaired with 2 hours of work and a okay. Cool. All right. That's pretty cool. Now we got to figure out what gets affected here. So I'm going to go over here to tables. We're going to create a roll table, and we're going to put ink spill rewritten fate. There we go. And we're going to add some results here. Okay. Strength and constitution are swapped. All right. Okay. Go here, strength and dexterity. Strength and intelligence. Strength and wisdom. Strength and charisma. All right, keep adding them. Let's go. All right, so the next up would be dexterity. Dexterity, there we go. And constitution are swapped. Dexterity and intelligence are swapped. Alright, dexterity and wisdom. Dexterity and charisma. Alright. So then we just got Constitution and Intelligence. And then Constitution and Wisdom. And then Constitution and Charisma. Alright. Let's see. Add some more. Alright. Then we got Intelligence and Wisdom are swapped. Alright. Intelligence and Charisma are swapped. Alright. And then finally, I think we just do Wisdom and Charisma. Sweet. Okay. Let's see. A random class feat is swapped for a random replacement. A random viable replacement. Okay. A random skill feat. A random heritage feat. Okay. Let's see. Alright. What other fuckery could we pull on a character sheet without messing it up too bad? I mean, that's obviously going to mess it up really bad. Swap their stats around and stuff, but still. Their background changes. The race changes. Available actions. Spells. Spells doesn't affect everybody. Proficiencies. There we go. Let's see. So a random skill is exchanged for an untrained skill if there are no untrained skills. Trade for library lore. Sweet. Okay. Let's see. What else do we got? Gain legendary library lore. Would the sheet even let you give yourself legendary? Oh yeah, it would. Alright. Let's see. I think that messes with it enough. TBH. So we should be good there. Yeah. Alright. So we'll get rid of this. Alright. So this is rewritten fate. Creature. There we go. And we have to hit the little button that waits the table. Alright, hell yeah. It's a D20. Love it. Alright, that's great. So then... Alright, so in ink spill, rewritten fate. Get out of here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to add these tables in. Which I should be able to just drag this table in. There we go. And then we need this table again. So we're going to do create roll table. And this will be object. Alright. And then ink spill object rewritten fate. Alright. So objects bulk becomes 999. All right. Object becomes a random weapon if already a weapon, comma, becomes a writing set. All right. Object becomes a random armor if already an armor, comma, becomes a... I should check to make sure we have cow. Cow. Nope. It's deeply upsetting that they just don't have regular ass animals in Pathfinder. Like, I just hate it so much. Alright. What would armor become? I feel like... Alright, we'll do... if already an armor becomes an iron golem. There we go. That's fine. Alright. Objects hardness is set to 0. If already 0, it is set to 100. Alright. Objects hit points become 7. Objects max hit points become 7. Alright. What else can we do to fuck up some objects? Object doubles in size. Object size is halved. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Object becomes a random weapon. Object becomes random armor. Object becomes cake. If already cake, object awakens. Nice. All right. Object becomes... Alright. Is Weasel like a thing in the game? It is. Alright. Alright. So, we're gonna do that. Oh, it's a D9? Alright, we need one more thing. Object becomes... gold? Object becomes liquid. If already liquid becomes water elemental. Alright, that's good. D10, update, good. Drag this out to there, save. Alright, so he throws books at you. That's one thing he does. I feel like he needs a big ass claw. You know what I mean? Like a big ass claw. That'd be cool. Let's go and grab a dragon. What do we got here? We got this magma dragon. He's got a claw. Drag that shit in here. Bloop. Alright. Obviously a range of 10 would make sense on a creature this big, so we'll keep it at that. That's fine. Agile, magical, reach, unarmed. All that seems pretty good. Doesn't do nearly as much damage as the book. So we'll go ahead and add grab to it. I think that'd be pretty fun. Additional effect. Improved grab. There we go. Alright. Improved grab. Drag that in. Alright. And then I guess if he's grabbing shit, we got to give him an athletics. So we'll go in here and we'll do athletics, add skill. Looks like a 22. Nope. Alright, 27. There we go. Alright, so the thing tries to grab you, blah blah blah. So now it has a melee attack and a range attack. That's cool. And it can grab you for some area control, but since it's a boss, we don't want to use up all its action economy trying to grab people. Versatile counterspell. A creature casts a spell. The living library expends a prepared spell to counter the triggering spell's casting. The living library can expend either the same spell or any spell one level higher than the triggering spell. The living library loses the spell slot as if it had cast a triggering spell, then attempts to counteract the triggering spell. Ah, yes, counteracting spells. Yes, the thing that I am very familiar with. All right. We're going to put, for this, if the counteract is a critical success, the living library learns how to cast that spell and may cast it immediately for free. All right. I like that. That's pretty cool. Alright. Blend in. You can look like books. That's good shit. Copy spell. A living library successfully counteracted a spell with versatile on its last spell. Oh, the living library rolls an arcana check to recall knowledge to identify a spell, and successful living library writes the spell in one of its spellbooks and can immediately replace one of the spells as repaired. Oh, well. Well, there we go. Alright, in that case, I'm going to do that. There we go. And we'll just add this to copy spell. The living library may then cast the new spell immediately for free. Alright. And let's see. Scroll Vortex. Once per hour, the living library sighs mightily, creating a vortex of swirling parchment within 60 feet. This vortex fills a 15-foot by 15-foot space. A creature that starts its turn in the vortex takes 8d8 slashing damage, and 2d8 basic reflex. Sorry, a DC 28 basic reflex save. The vortex lasts for 1d4 rounds. Alright, this is a boss, so we're going to make it 2d4 rounds. And then we're going to put the area of the vortex is also a wild magic zone. Alright, cool. Let's see. Then we got Dark Vision, at-will spells. Guess it's at-will spells any number of times. Wow. Constant spells. A constant spell affects a monster without the monster needing to cast it, and its duration is unlimited. If a constant spell gets counteracted, the monster can reactivate it by spending the normal spellcasting actions the spell requires. Ink Sense. The living library has a special sense allowing it to detect pigments present in inks, alerting to the presence and general quality of ink within the listed range. Alright. Cool. Alright. Versatile counterspell. We're going to give it a passive ability called Counter Spell Acuity. Alright. The living library has an additional reaction that can only be used for versatile counter spell. Okay. Versatile counter spell. I'm pretty sure we got a counter spell right, but alright. Does it need one more? I think it's got enough abilities going on. Alright, what spells are you under the effects of? What are your permanent spellcasting? Constant has detect magic. I mean, shrug. Summon elemental, magic missiles, cloud kill. Okay. Constantly under the effects of tongues. Okay. And telekinetic projectile. I mean, you throw books. I don't really know if you need that. Color spray ×2. I guess because of the reading rainbow. That's probably why it has color spray. Rave enfeeblement. Mirror image. Mirror image. Oh, baby. On that big boy, on that chonker right there. Touch of idiocy. That's fun. Dispel magic. Gravity well. Okay. Create a sphere of altered gravity. All creatures and unsecured objects in the area must move towards the center depending on the reflex saving throws. This follows the rules for forced movement. If there's not enough space near the center of the sphere, creature and objects near the center go first. Others move as they can. Okay. You just move towards an area. Alright, I mean, that's kind of cool, I guess. Lightning bolts just for the fun of it. Dispel magic 1. Suggestion. Well, that's interesting. Honeyed words are difficult for creature to resist. You suggest a course of action to the target, which must be phrased in such a way as it seems like a logical course of action. The creature and can't be self-destructive or obviously against the creature's self-interest. The target must attempt a will saving throw. On a failure, the target immediately follows your suggestion. The spell's duration of 1 minute or until the target has completed a finite suggestion, or the suggestion becomes self-destructive or has other obvious negative side effects. Oh, wow. Okay. That's pretty cool. There's no disadvantage to casting it against creatures in combat or anything? Alright. And then it just jumps to you can target 10 creatures at level 8. That's bananas. The target's unaffected, thinks you're talking to them normally, not casting a spell. Okay, that's fun. Stone skin. The target skin hardens like stone. It gains resistance 5 to physical, except adamantine. Each time the target is hit by bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing, the duration goes down by 1. It's a weird flex on that one. Alright. You conjure an elemental to fight for you. This works like summon an animal, except you summon a creature, has an elemental trait, blah blah blah. Shrug. Share lore at will. You share knowledge with creatures. Okay. Alright, I think that's pretty cool. We've got the Shatterfiend Zorvexus the Broken Maw, and essentially he's going to show up after the fact of them destroying this and be heckin' pissed. And then the party will have to choose if they stay and try to fight him or if they go through Le Portal that will open to get them out of there. So go here. Where did I put my portal rooms? They're up here. What do we got? 19 minutes till the game. I feel pretty good about the game. Alright. So we'll take this. We go back to the library. And then we'll have the portal appear over here. And we'll swap out for the gold one, because gold is good. There we go. Maybe? There we go. All right. And we'll just hide that for now. Cool. Okay. And then hazard. Do we have the printing press do anything while it's in here? Can they mess with the printing press? I kind of like the idea of them being able to mess with the printing press. Quite a bit, actually. Alright, so what can we do with the printing press? I'm also going to add terrain walls for the printing press. So we'll do like this. Go. There we go. And for the printing press, ooh, it got that chonk booty out the back. My bad. All right. Did you not? There you go. Okay. So we're gonna make it 10 feet tall. That seems good. Just enough to like block line of sight. We'll go here though, and we will say that you are not constrained by walls. There you go. Flow free. All right. And then what can they do to the printing press? What can they do with the printing press? Okay. It'd be kind of cool if the printing press allowed them to draw hero cards. I feel like that'd be kind of sick. That might be a cool way to do it. That might be a simple way to handle it in game. Yeah. All right. I kind of like that. So we're going to go to actors. We're going to go ahead and create an actor. We're going to make the actor a hazard. We're going to call it printing press prime. All right. And printing press prime is a level 13 hazard. There we go. All right. Does it emit sound? That's its own business. All right. So its defenses. I mean, I feel like the printing press should be pretty tough. We'll give it 300 hit points, and we'll give it a hardness of 15 and an AC of 30. Not that you need an AC to hit objects, I guess, but whatever. All right. So that seems good. What do we got? 15 minutes till the game? All right. So let's see. Description. And before you is the largest and strangest mechanical printing press you have ever seen. The press has an aura about it of change and fluidity, yet also of absolution. All right. How does one disable this printing press? Great question. Let's go over here. We're gonna go to keys. I'm gonna go to this @check athletics @check. Oh, neat. Customized skill checks. That's exactly what we need. All right, so check. This would be crafting. And the DC for this would be, I don't know. I want it to be pretty hard. So let's see. Very hard? Very hard would be 35. And then hard would be a 32. All right, we'll make it a 32. All right, crafting 32. And this would be shut it down. Nice. I think that'll work. Another thing you could disable would be athletics. All right, and that would be 30. That one will make 34, 35. Very hard. Let's see. Short-term memory. Terrible. Okay, so that'll be a 35, and that will be tear it apart. Okay, and then also for shut it down, we could do I don't know how you ask for a lore check, but we could just say lore printing library or engineering is a DC 30. Yeah, that seems pretty good. And then finally, we'll do one more check. We'll do thievery. All right, and thievery will be a 32, and it will be jam the gears. All right, so if all is good, we should be able to paste that over. Boop. And this is jam the gears, blah, blah, blah. All right, neat. So that worked. All right. What does it do on its routine? And what is its action? That's a good point. Let's see. So the action is going to be rewrite fate. Okay. And this would be similar to the ink spell ability, I guess. But okay. All right. Let's see. Target a creature within 120 feet. That creature must check will DC 32 or become the target of a critical fumble card with a random result, which would be just a D4, which I think we just do 1D4, and then it should work. Let's see. Save? Let's try again. Is it double brackets? Might be double brackets. There we go. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Success. Critical success, etc., etc. So we'll do crit success. What do we have for time? 9 minutes. All right, crit success. Instead, they gain a hero card and hero point. Success, nothing happens. Failure, as listed. critical failure. As listed, and trigger a wild magic effect as if they were both the caster and the target of a spell. Oof. Alright. That's gonna be crazy. Okay. So that's what it's doing over there. It's rewriting fate. Alright. I'm into that. That's pretty cool. And then maybe we give that the flourish tag? Nah. I like it being able to do it 3 times. It's kind of bananas. Ooh, okay. How about this? Another action will be self-repair. Printing press prime recovers 50 HP. There we go. That seems good. And so the routine will be uses self-repair until back to max hit points. Then targets last creature to interact with it with rewrite fate. Then targets a random creature with rewrite fate. Okay. Alright, that seems pretty good. Okay. So now we got a cool hazard to take place during the thing. We got mooks that will be difficult, but hopefully not too difficult. I might drop their HP some more. Let me see. Cadavers. Cloak cadavers. Yeah, looks like their AC worse. We'll do like a 28, 27. I want them to like get a lot of crits on these guys. 26. There we go. All right. 26 with 80 hit points and weaknesses. Yeah, that'll work. All right. Very cool. Okay, so that's gonna be a pretty cool fight. If they're feeling pretty spry at the end, they could try to take on the Shatter Fiends or Vexes, etc., etc., etc. Whether or not they do that, that's completely up to them. Line update prototype. And then they will of course be like, what about all the scrolls on the walls and the books? Maybe. So yeah, we could try to do something like that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll just kind of wing it on that one. Alright. So what if they did finish this? Where would they go next? I doubt they're going to finish this fight tonight, but if they do, going back to Portal Room, they still have the Snake Bite, and they still have the Tangled Briar. So the Tangled Briar is mostly sorted. The Snake Bite, not as much as I would like. It's definitely not as much as I would like. I do think that we have, let's see, Book 1 edits, Rome. We didn't update or upload any of that stuff. Oof. Okay. So let's see. Alright. I got Decimus here. And we've got Brutus. We've got Augustus. Where is he? And we got Julius. So I do have some actors for them, or I mean tokens for them at least, but I don't have them actually ready to go, which could be a pain. Could be a pain. If anything, we need placeholders for them. So we could just dupe some of these nobles just to have them in place, essentially. Yeah, that could work. Just to have them in place as like actors. All right, so we're gonna duplicate this noble. We're gonna put noble named. All right, and then I'm gonna use where is it? Where's my cool level people up button? Are you the cool level? Oh, that's make your monster. What about just leveling them up for the hell of it? Nope. Not there. Could it be? Son of a bitch. Does this mod not work anymore? Oh, I know where it is. You gotta actually right click on that one, and then you do scale to level. There we go. Alright, so we're gonna scale this one up to level 10. There we go. Alright, so we got this named noble level 10. It did update some of its stuff. Not all of it. We don't really need a pistol on these guys. And then all of that, it's fine, just as long as we have something. We're gonna do unique. We're gonna go in here, hovered by anybody. We're gonna link actor. We're gonna turn off randomize. And then those should be good to slot our guys into if we end up needing them. But mostly I have it set up as like a choose your own adventure skill challenge sort of situation. So I don't think we're going to be needing that too much. Let's see. Chapter 2, Rome. Yeah. So we got the spot where he's going to get killed, ideally. And then we've got the city of Mitros, which I've got to change to be the city of Rome. There we go. And then I guess I got to go grab some Thylean commoners or some shit. Throw those here and there. But yeah, the idea is he's going to get killed like over here. Up in this little alcove here. But yeah. Other than that, we're going to be just chilling on this map, throwing up images, going from place to place in the city, that sort of thing. All right. Oh, shit. It's time. So here is for Lex, if you want to go watch the game live. Otherwise, the VOD will be up, whenever. I'll be back tomorrow night to do some prep for 7 Dooms for Sandpoint, and then I'll be back on Thursday to do Skyhaven. Hope everybody has a great night. I'll see you next time.